As therapists, we hear a lot of things from our clients, a lot of problems, a lot of troubles that they're having. Some are things that are going on for them right now. Some of them are the things that have happened in the past, and the feelings of those things have stuck around. In this video, I'm going to talk you through the steps for a fire burning, letter burning ceremony. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Therapy Business School. My name is James. I'm a counsellor, hypnotherapist and life coach. I'm also an author, a podcaster and a YouTuber. Bit of a delay in me making this video. At the start of this new year, I got this bug that was knocking around and I was sounding like Barry White and I didn't really want to do that.
Barry White.
No, it says here Larry White.
So I've had to wait a little while to try and get my voice back a little bit and feel a bit better before I can make this video. So let's get straight into this. What is this letter burning fire ceremony that I'm talking about? It's incredibly powerful for your clients. And I want to talk you through the steps that are needed to achieve it. And feel free to pass this on to your clients. Now, I've got another YouTube channel and I've made the similar kind of video on that one, where I've encouraged the people who watch that video that if they need some help, go to a therapist and let the therapist help them get more detail about the thing that's bothering them. All right. So you may get some calls from your clients who are thinking, I want to unpick a few things because I want to do this letter burning ritual. All right. So what is the letter burning ritual? Well, there's 5 steps to it. And I'm going to talk you through the 5 steps. And I'm also going to show you a video where I did this recently because I'm a big fan of walking the walk as well as talking the talk. I did this at the tail end of 2024 at an undisclosed location, and I'll show you the video of me actually doing the ceremony, and that's at the end. All right. So the idea behind this is that when you're helping your clients unpick the things that are bothering them, things that are either going on right now or things that have happened in the past, it might be feelings that they've got, it might be people who've upset them. Might be relationships, might be someone who's dead, someone who's still alive. Doesn't really matter. The idea is you encourage them to write, not a Word document, old-fashioned pen and paper. Step 1 is you get them to write their feelings out, and they're not going to send this letter to anybody. No one else is going to see it or read it. Okay? Get them to empty the tank with writing down what they need to write down, what they want to let go of. Because this is a goodbye letter. This is not a letter just to explain how they're feeling. This is a letter to say, I'm letting go of you because you're keeping me prisoner. All right? And this is why it can be for a person, dead or alive, or a situation, or a memory, or a scenario, or a feeling, whatever it might be. This letter is me saying goodbye to you because our paths are never going to cross again, ever. That's step 1. When they've written the letter, step 1. Step 2 is they need to find the location where they're going to burn it. Now make sure you stress that it's got to be somewhere safe, got to be somewhere legal. It can be, maybe you've got a fire pit in the back garden. Maybe you've got a fireplace at home. Now it doesn't have to be a burning ritual. I found the burning ritual the best. What people can do, they can write a letter, they can rip it up, put it in the bin. They can rip it up and bury it in the garden, whatever it might be. But like I say, the fire burning ritual I find is the best because it's so symbolic. Okay, so get them to pick a location or discuss with them where they think a good location may be. All right, and that can be really therapeutic where they're talking through their plans with you. Of I've done my letter, I've just got to decide where to do it. Where do you think would be a good place? Well, there's this, and then, okay, when would you do that? When would be a good time of day? Would it be in the day? Would it be in the night? When would it be? Make sure that when they decide to do it, they're not going to be disturbed because a lot of feelings are probably going to come up during this ritual. Okay, so that's a really good thing to talk through. Where's the location going to be where you're going to do this ritual? So that's number 2. Number 3, when they arrive at the location, advise them to light the fire first. Okay, because if you do it the other way around, it interrupts the flow. So light the fire first. Now, when I did this recently and I took myself off to this undisclosed location, this is exactly what I did. I lit the fire first. I've got one of these, it's like an aluminium tube with a handle on the side, and it's used to put charcoal in when you're going to have a barbecue. You put a few firelighters in and it acts like a chimney and gets the charcoal really, really hot, really, really quick. When I went to where I went, that doesn't sound right, but when I went to where I went, I lit the fire first. Okay, so encourage your clients to light the fire first and get it ready. All right, so that's step number 3. Step number 4, encourage your clients that when they're going to do this, they get the letter out of the pocket, the fire is lit, they're in the location. Get them to read the letter out loud and get emotionally connected to the letter. Now, this is where they might have feelings of anger, frustration, sad, might even be happy that they're doing this. No one really knows how it's going to be until you do the process. Okay? So they've lit the fire, get them to read the letter out and get emotionally connected to what they're reading. Now, if any other thoughts come up and, oh, that's not in the letter, but now I'm talking about it, I want to say this as well. Explain to them. If that comes up, say it. Say it out loud. And be firm with your voice. So this might be things like, a bit like what I was saying before, I'm letting go of you because you're not serving me. You don't bring anything positive in my life. In fact, you bring a negativity. You're stopping me from you're holding me back. If this is a person we're talking about, it might be the way you behaved left such a mark on me that it's prevented me from doing X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to allow you to have that kind of hold over me anymore. You're not going to have that hold over me anymore. And I'm letting go. We are never going to cross paths again, ever. This is not a see you later. This is a goodbye. A goodbye. And you are not part of my future. And I'm refusing to allow you to be part of my future. Okay? So get them to get really emotive with whatever they're saying. If it's not on the letter and you think of extra detail, say it. Okay? So that's step number 4. Step number 5, get them to burn the letter. Okay? As they burn the letter, get them to notice how they feel when they see the letter catch light and turn to fire and then turn to smoke, and get them to notice how it feels when the wind blows it away from them. And in that moment, advise them, encourage them, support them. In that moment, let it all go. Let it all go. No strings attached. No strings attached. You see, if I go and roll around in the mud, not that I do, but if I went and rolled around in the mud and I was covered in mud and I jumped in the shower, if I washed every part of me except this arm, I'm not clean. I'm not clean at all. I'm still dirty. For me to be really clean, I need to wash this arm. Okay? So this is why in that moment of letting the fire take hold of the letter, they let it go. No strings attached. After the ceremony, make sure that if it's not, make sure that they put the fire out. Alright? If it's somewhere in their own garden, maybe they just want to let it burn if it's a fire pit. If it's somewhere else and it's not appropriate to let the fire burn, get them to put it out. If it's a child that you're working with, encourage them to get an adult involved in the process. This can be so therapeutic to do this. And remember, no one knows the content of the letter except the author. Okay? And the author is going to burn it and let it go. Now, a few things may happen after this, and I'll speak from experience. When you've done a letter burning ritual, what I've found is that sometimes a thought might pop into my head about the thing that was related to the ceremony, but it just doesn't have the hold. It pops into my head And I go, oh, yeah, we don't need to think about that anymore. Right? Here's a video of one that I did recently. Now you can see the metal drum thing I was talking about, that lights barbecues. I used that to get the fire going. And then when everything was burnt, and that's where the letter went in, then it tipped out the charcoal onto the floor. And I just sat there and I watched it. Now I did a few things around this. When I went to the location, I took a camping chair with me, and the place was deserted. And I sat down on the camping chair, got myself ready, lit the fire, read it out loud. I followed these steps myself. And even when the letter was burned, I just sat in the chair with my own thoughts and the feelings of peace as I'd let this go. All right. So I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions around this, please put them in the comments below. I read every single one. Let me know how it goes for you. Let me know if you've done this ceremony yourself and how it was. Let me know how it was before and during the ceremony, and how it is afterwards. If that's okay, put that in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I want to go into detail about this because this is so powerful. This can be a game changer for your clients. All right. So for the time being, I'll say I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have and you think I've earned it, please do the like, the share, and the subscribe. If you know any other therapists who might benefit to know this kind of stuff as well for their own practice, send it to them. And for the time being, I'll say I'll see you on the next episode. So this is James from Therapy Business School. Bye-bye.